Hey, this is Matt Talks. This is the portion of our YouTube channel where I talk about anything and everything going on in the Kelly Rice family right now. It's unscripted and uncut, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We might get in a little trouble along the way. Let's see what happens. If you would, please subscribe. Hit the button right down here. We would greatly appreciate it. And let's get to it. Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about something that's been going on a lot in our family lately, and that is just these fears of things that you guys weren't necessarily afraid of before, and it's mostly with you older two, Illy and Isaac, and but this is for all you kids and for anybody out there who just deals with fears. And you know, in our family, it's turned into fear of bedtime and dark or strangers or travel and things like that. And the first thing I really need you guys to know is that it is okay. It's so okay to have these fears, and we get it. I mean, we all are afraid of different things, and I don't want you to ever feel like we as your parents are mad at you for being afraid, or that you need to feel ashamed or weird because you're afraid, because it's just the part of life, and it's something that we all deal with. And our job as your parents is to comfort you and always be a safe place for you to express your fears and to feel comforted by us. And so I will hold your hand, Ileana, while you go to sleep for as long as I need to, because that's my job. I'm your daddy, and I understand this is just a phase, and you need to understand that. You won't be afraid of the same things forever, and you we'll conquer these fears, and then there'll be other things that you're afraid of. And I want to be there, and your mom and Ani, we want to be there for you when you're afraid of those things as well. So just know that, for one. And another part of our job as your parents is just to help give you some tools so that when we're not around, you can stand on your own feet and you feel confident to face the fears that are in your life. So I wanted to give you just two quick phrases that you can think in your mind. Practice them when we're with you, so that when we're not with you, you will feel strong and empowered to be able to conquer the fears. And the first one is that trust trumps fear. Not Donald Trump, but trumps, like squashes fear. And what I mean by that is that I think you're finding that the world is kind of a scary place, and you're not in control of everything, and none of us are. And so when we feel out of control, we become afraid. And you're right, you're not in control, and I'm not in control. There's a lot about our crazy life that is out of our control, and the fears give us this little bit of sense of control in our life. But I need you to know that God He's there, and He's with you. And God says, fear not in the Bible, like almost more than anything else that He says, because He understands that the world is scary and that we are going to be afraid, and He wants us to trust Him. We want to trust that He is our Father, that He loves us, and that He's bigger than anything that we're afraid of, and He wants to protect us. And so trust, I guarantee you, the more when these fearful thoughts come on, I want you to think about God as being bigger than those, and trust Him in your heart. Trust Him. And I know that the fears will get smaller as you do that more. And the second thing is that truth trumps fear. Because when we look into like the darkness, the dark closet, or the darkness of the future, the things that we don't see, we kind of make up what might be in that darkness, and then we get afraid of those things that we make up, like there's a monster in that closet, or Dad, when we're not with him this week, he might die on the road because it's icy. So we make up these things, and then we become afraid of them. And the thing that think of truth like a flashlight, like you're shining, you know, when you shine a light into the dark closet, you see, oh, there's nothing there. I don't have to be afraid. When you shine the light of truth into the future, it helps the fear as well. So it's when the fear comes on, usually it's a lie, and then you just got to back up and say, well, here's the truth about the situation, and your fear will go down the more that you say the truth. So I want to just show you real quick, when you're afraid, here's how I kind of deal with that. And it's a prayer. So I'll show you how I do that, and then hopefully that'll help you pray like this when you're afraid. So this is real. This is real for me. This is things that I'm afraid of and how I ask God to help me. So God, I am afraid. I'm afraid that our family is going to run out of money and that I'm not going to be able to provide for them. But I understand that you are in control of all money, and that if you need us as a family to have money, you're going to provide for us, and you're going to honor my hard work in our family, and see that I am working my hardest to provide for us, but that it's hard and it takes a lot and it is scary, but I think that you're going to honor my trust in you, and I know that you are going to provide for us. So that helps me not be afraid in that way. And God, I'm afraid that Ani is just going to get more and more sick, and that she's going to die before I get to spend a long life with her. And that really makes me afraid. But God, I understand that you are the maker of Ani. You created her. You hold her life in your hands. You wrote all of the days of her life in a book, and my fear of her dying early is not a thing, because there's no such thing. She has a certain amount of days set out for her, and she's going to live out those days, whether they're sick or healthy. And I know that you can heal and that you can bless her life even if she's sick. So that helps me not be so afraid, because I trust her life into your hands. And I'm afraid that our kids are going to grow up and not like me as much as they do now, that they're going to find other people, other friends, that they prefer to me, and that they're just going to not want to spend time with me or not respect what I want to say, or just push me away because they desire other things. But God, I understand that you are, that's just me looking into the darkness of the future, making something up and being afraid, because, that's not necessarily true. And I'm going to love them the best that I can, and I want to trust that you're just going to keep our relationship close as I seek to love them as they love me back, and that our bond will be super tight going forward into the future. So thank you for helping me with my fears, and I really do trust you. I hold all this stuff in your hands, and I do get afraid sometimes of all these things and many more, but I thank you that you help to make those fears less loud in my mind as I trust you. So please help these kids and anybody else listening to this understand that as they trust you more and they know the truth about things more, that it will really help their fears and help them when they are afraid to stop and pray and let you know that they're afraid, and ask you to comfort their hearts and be bigger than that they're afraid of, and tell you the truth so that they're not just looking into the darkness. So thanks, God. Love you. Amen. So I would just encourage you guys to do that the next time you're afraid. Just give a shout out to God and tell him that you trust him. Ask him to comfort you and help you, and ask him to show you the truth about what you're afraid of, so that you can shine a light on it, and it won't be as scary. And I think this might help you. So I look forward to hearing how this does help and watching you guys put it into action. I love you so much.